Sorry?
Your thoughts on the game?
Pretty disappointed, you know. I really feel like we played a good team tonight, but I also feel like there was some pretty poor decisions on our part. I think Nick struggled on a few of the goals. You know, just disappointed. You know, I thought we had a pretty good effort tonight. You know, now did we execute? Max Grover's penalty in the second period, completely unacceptable. That's not how we are. That's not who we are as a team, as a program. You know, again, I thought there was a few pucks I would like to see Nick have, but I thought there was some good efforts. So, but moral victory is not for me. It's not for this program. It's not who we are. We lost, and it's disappointing.
Talk about that. There, you guys had a 5-minute advantage in the second period. Yeah. Did you ever set up what you were trying to do at all during that?
I'm not sure. You know, it sure seemed to go by pretty quickly, so I don't think we did. You know, as we all know in this room, we've been struggling on the power play, looking for people to step up and make plays, and I really feel that's what it comes down to tonight. Their power play was able to make, you know, that one play in their opportunity, and we weren't, and no reason for it. I just feel like it's something we've been struggling with all year long, and we're going to have to find a way. We're going to need some individuals to step up, and then hopefully collectively as a power play unit, we will make more plays in the power play. But we didn't make enough tonight. That's not exclusive. We didn't make enough, you know, all over the ice. But I do think we played hard. I do think there was some attention to detail for the most part. But we've got to find a way to take advantage of those opportunities, like a 5-minute power play, no doubt.
And then they seemed to pull away. You know, they pulled away in the second period. You know, after you guys played pretty well in the first, what changed for you guys there?
From where I was standing, their playmakers made plays, and ours didn't. I look at you know, in the first goal, it was a puck that hit Eno's glove. Was looking at the video, it looked like it was going to go over the net. Hit his glove and went in. Sorry, the first goal of the second period. The second goal of the second period, Riley Smith just beat one of our guys one-on-one, and it looked like a puck that we should have had. And then, you know, the third goal of the power play is one that obviously Nick had no chance on, and that was just a poor execution on the face-off, off a penalty kill. If you go back and watch the video, we won that draw clean, couldn't get it out of the zone. 30 seconds later, it's in our net. So I don't know if it was a huge difference between period 1 and period 2 in terms of our overall effort. I think it was their playmakers made plays, and ours didn't, in all positions.
Do you feel that changed for you guys in the third day being able to
you know, sometimes in a 4-1 game, you know, they let their foot off the gas, and you know we're fighting for our lives still, and you know, I don't think we shot ourselves in the foot in the third at all. You know, I thought we played a pretty solid period, but they seemed to, you know, they didn't have the same level of making plays in the third as they did in the second. But you know, we've talked about this. They're a great team, and when you need playmakers to step up and make plays, they had guys do that.
Talk about Mueller's. It seemed both his goals came off of effort plays.
Yeah, I agree. I thought Moles had a good game. You know, he's a guy that we've liked. You know, the progression to this point, pretty consistent. Obviously, a little bit up and down, but fairly consistent. And I think he got awarded. You know, rewarded. Excuse me. The shorthanded goal was a great effort, and you know, his second goal there was going to the net, and Cam put a puck on net. And we've been preaching for at least a month now. You pucks and people towards the net, and good things happen, and that was a prime example of it.
Obviously, players on the ice there, you know, what was it like for you coaching against Miami?
You know, like I thought it was or would be. It was kind of nervous and uneasy at first, and then once the game started, it was a regular game. You know, it was different for me to think about it, but once we got into the guts of the game and the core of it, it was like coaching against any other game. It just so happens I know the players we're coaching against pretty well, so it was good. But again, you know, I feel like you know, my expectations aren't to lose a game 4-3 to whoever. You know, we need to make sure that that's all of our expectations. So, from my personal opinion, it was fun to coach against my friends and the old guys I've coached, but it was a loss. We gotta regroup and go back to work tomorrow.
Did you talk to Rico at all before the game, or even exchange words? Sorry, you shook hands after
the
game.
Well, Rico's obviously you know, a pretty special person in my life and my family's life, and I had a chance to spend time with him last night, kind of away from hockey, and he came over to the house for a little bit, so I thought that was really good. And tonight was just, hey, congratulations, and they got what they deserved, and I thought we got what we deserved. So that was the gist of it.